Did you see the thing where they were like thinking they wouldn't use the veto if they won?
If they wanted just so that they could beat Barrett and the Blockbuster,
But,
one
like,
of them. What are you doing?
Are you fucking stupid?
Do that. Actually, do that.
You know what? Yeah.
Tell Kamu to not use it. Tell him to do that. You can tell him your little plan, and hopefully he does it. I really would hope. And Barrett, lock in.
Mm-hmm.
Lock in. Hopefully it's a sit there and do nothing challenge for the Blockbuster.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to our third episode of our Big Brother coverage for Reality Rangers. I'm Andrew Hill.
And I'm Malik Fortier, and we are your Reality Rangers, here to give you a lay of the reality TV land.
This has been maybe the craziest turnaround. I think I said last week you got to hold out hope for the season to get good again. And then we hit the dark ages, you know.
Yeah.
But we weren't here, so we can't claim... Like, honestly, I can claim that I was right, because now we're back into a renaissance of Big Brother 28, I think.
Exactly. You know, it's only bad when we're not on air, you know?
Exactly.
Like, when we're on air, it kind of, like, brings about, like, a good omen, right?
They were really prepping for us to come back when... the vets decided to flip the vote. You know,
like on a whim.
It was some chaos. They really had so much fun with it in the final hour. We'll have to get into it soon. But how are you feeling going into this week?
I'm feeling happy, you know. Spoiler alert, but somebody on my draft won HOH. Somebody on Andrew's draft got evicted back to back. We'll get into that. So now it's all tied up. And it's looking good for my draft, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I mean, I had such a good draft for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think it's really flipped on its head, and there's still a chance that my draft can do well. Like, there's been a bunch of chaos happening, like I said. But I'm liking the odds of your draft a lot more now as we keep going. We'll have to see where things go, but... You know, we kind of left our last episode off on a cliffhanger. We had one episode of Kamu's HOH, and
honestly, that's one too many.
Yeah, one too many. We had on the feeds been up to about where the replacement nom happened, and that's about where we were at. So we need to talk about what else happened by the end of that week.
Okay, so after the tea party that we kind of got into, Jason was like, okay, if I'm going to get isolated, I'm going to have fun with it. He goes around banging a teapot. You know, it's symbolic, tea party, teapot, spilling the tea. You know, it definitely gets under some people's skin, especially Thog. Thog, if you don't know, is Haley Thogmartin, so we'll be referring to her as Thog moving on. So Thog was like, if he keeps banging that thing behind my head, I swear she did nothing. She was all bark, no bite, obviously. And, you know, there were some people who were like, maybe we should save Jason. He's polarizing. He's okay at comps. He could be a big target shield for us. It was Melody pushing this, and Yash was down for it. And, you know, the what we know now is the FAP Alliance, which we'll get into, was kind of backing this. They're like, hey, we might have the numbers to save Jason over Lala. Because Lala's not doing anything for us. She can't win an HOH comp. She's not going to, you know, protect us in any way. So maybe this is what we should do. But there was definitely also a push to save Mallory over Lala as well.
Yeah. There was a lot, there was a lot of back and forth, and I think... It was weird that Yash might have been the biggest contributor to trying to push for this, even though he ended up, you know, by the end of this, we find that it doesn't really matter. The outcome stays the same. But obviously, Jason goes up on the block as Kamu promised him.
Yeah.
And it seems like there is a push for Mallory to be the one who stays no matter what. I think it switches back to Lala in the final hour. But it was Taylor who was taken off, obviously. And I think it doesn't really matter by the end because Mallory is the one who wins the blockbuster. So now it's, of course, going to be either Lala or Jason, but we know it's going to be Jason.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad to see because I think Jason has so much left to give. I think he was an incredible personality. And, I mean, he won Blockbuster once before, so there was a chance he could win. But unfortunately, he gets just narrowly beaten out by Mallory, the rocket scientist who knows how to, organize VHS tapes on a tower. I mean, she was methodical and she was doing well at that comp, but Jason was very close behind her. And yeah, it was a unanimous Jason vote over Lala. And, he came out to Julie with a little teapot and spoon, paying homage to him. And, I think he should be, maybe not, he should be proud of the way he composed himself after, everyone ganged up on him. Don't try to be all respectable. If this is the Ika Wong situation where she was shredding the letters, you don't owe these people anything. If they're just gonna send you home, have fun in your last 24 hours.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's no big deal.
It just, if they're not going to listen to what seems the most reasonable, then, what's the point of giving your all to them if they're not going to, do the same
even
for you.
Even consider it, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's an unfortunate outcome. Obviously, everyone was really hoping for the best. I think Jason, like we said last week, had a big turnaround and had a lot of support online. This just wasn't something that he deserved. But yeah, I mean, it's just a unfortunate set of events, and it only gets worse from there.
Yeah. So the next HOH comp is a throwback all the way back to last season. Yeah, it was a BB28 comp, which is
long ago.
Long ago, but it was actually one of my faves. It was the dollhouse murder mystery. It was prom night themed last season, and this time it's Jack the Ripper themed. And you just gotta remember some aspects of some rooms. They give clues. You can hide in this room that has this, but not that. And whoever, lasts till the end wins. Our faves all go out early because, we always pick comp flops. And it ends up being Yash, Lyric, and Haley in the last few rooms. And, not loving that. Lyric is supposed to win that, even though I don't even love Lyric. But she's the lesser of all the evils. And they kind of make a little deal between the three of them. Hey, if any of us win, we keep each other safe.
Yeah. I mean, does that happen?
Does that happen? We'll see later on in the episode, but short answer, no.
No, not even slightly.
Not even slightly. Kind of slightly, but not really. Not good enough.
Right. If you're promising someone safety, I feel like that also means not the block, not just being
But people
eliminated.
love being vague so that they can leave that kind of clause in there. I never said or renom. But yeah, Haley ends up being the one to win. Sorry. Thog. I meant Thog the last couple times I said Haley. Thog wins HOH. And she's immediately like, okay, I've had a rough few weeks.
She's had
That's
a
her line
rough
of the
few weeks.
That's her line. She's had a rough few weeks of what? I don't know, not having her crush on Kamu reciprocated, or was it Rome? Not having her crush on Rome reciprocated, and that's about it.
Yeah, and maybe I guess
people saying something bad about her, which everyone has comments about everybody when you're living together for 3 weeks.
And it's hypocritical for her to say that kind of thing. But I think the worst part of it is just the fact that she's saying it to Melody and Mallory.
Which, if you're are you trying to have a mid off with me? You trying to have a bad weeks off with me? We've just been on the block, twice now? Or we've been on the block every week, one of us at least, and we are losing allies, and our tea parties are getting blown up, and our showmances are just baiting us. Drew is I don't know what Drew's intentions are. I don't know if he's really into Melody. But and I
they're
don't know
doing it to each other.
They're doing it to each other.
Yeah.
Melody's also kind of doing it too. But they've had a rough few weeks, and for her to be oh, pity me. And the funniest part is not even with Melody and Mallory. It's the pettiness with Taylor. Taylor immediately is I don't know if I want the snacks. I don't want the healthy snacks, which fair. I don't like whatever healthy fruit snacks. Give me the real Red 40. And Thog is that's disrespectful. You don't want my healthy snacks? Fuck off. And she's like, I'm putting you on the block because of this. Well, she doesn't say it outright to her, but in her conversation, she's like, how ungrateful. Like, I'm going to put her on the block because of this. Crazy. This is worse than Showergate.
No, this is genuinely insane. I cannot understand Haley's thought process.
Thog.
Thog. I cannot understand Thog's thought process this entire week, and it's like, it is maybe the most bizarre case of HOH-itis. Like, it's not it's not like overwhelmingly game ruining, like you're throwing everyone under the bus. It's just like
so odd.
It's just so odd. It's so many like small specific things that you're throwing people under the bus for instead of just like the bigger picture. I don't get her. But let's go through how hard her week has been. Week 1, rejected by Rome, in a safety position with her ally as the HOH, and her allies are the vets. You know, they're the only ones that can win. Week 2, you get even more allies.
Getting pulled into the tool shed.
Yeah, get pulled into the tool shed. Another ally wins HOH. One of your allies wins the, or they start doing the powers, which Angela loses, but it means your allies are going to win powers because they're alumni or whatever. Yeah. Like, you know, good week so far. Week 3, another ally wins HOH. You're safe again. Devins wins the power. There's so much, like, and then week 4 you win HOH. When have you had a hard week?
Bad weeks where?
I listed one thing, and it's Rome not reciprocating feelings in the first week. He was making out with another girl. Why would that?
Get over it. Get over it. You know, I was thinking of who she reminds me of, and this might even be a little shady to the person I'm going to compare her to. Like, they didn't have similar games. They didn't have, like, similar game trajectory, per se, but her personality reminds me a lot of Santina from BB Can 11. Like, the least girl's girl possible.
Oh, my
and
God.
just, like, makes a fight out of everything. Super petty. Like, I'm more friends with the guys anyway. Just like...
Guys are just less drama.
But is good at comps, so unfortunately she wins HOHs and stays further. Like, it's just horrible to watch. At least Santina was funny with it. Like, at least she kind of, like, the fight over the waffles. The fight over the waffles is better than the fight over the healthy snacks. I'll take the waffles any day.
I mean, I do think you can't like discredit how funny it is that Thog has become a thing.
Thog, to be fair, that's one of the best nicknames to come out of Big Brother.
It is unbelievably funny, and the fact that like this is something that only people really online have been saying, and then the announcer of Big Brother in the recaps calls her Thog.
When it gets to the recaps, that's how you know you're cooked.
You're
like,
so cooked. And just FYI, the recaps, the edit are like really just trolling the hell out of Haley this whole week. They hate her.
Like, they got to a compilation of you know, her talking smack about Melody, and then her immediately after saying, I don't know why Melody doesn't like me. Because you've been going around talking about her body, saying all sorts of things, calling her out her name, saying, yeah, she talks different when she's around Drew. No wonder she's not gonna like you if she hears that you're, like, coming at her every single day, every single waking moment. Like,
But Thog's had such a hard week, though, Malik.
Thog's has a week. She deserves to tear other people down to make herself feel better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
poor you.
But, yes, this kind of pettiness informs a lot of her nominations. Taylor goes up because of the snacks. Melody goes up because she doesn't wear a bra. I don't know what Haley was on about. And the real target, though, for strategy-wise, is, you know, a big target who's on the other side of the house. Oh, I'm just thinking where she put up somebody from the tool shed. She puts up Drew.
Wait,
what?
like Drew
from the tool shed.
Like puffy upwards hair, like from Mr. Beast games.
The Druth, yeah, the Druth guy.
The Druth is the Drolls. Like, what do we do? What do you mean, Drew? And you know, turns out the vets are like convincing her. They're just so paranoid about Drew that it's a good idea. He's gonna flip on them. They need to get him out now. Especially Angela is hard pushing this. Angela and Dee. And they make Thog think that it was her idea.
Oh yeah, they love like putting thoughts in people's heads and making them think like, yeah, that good idea, Thog. Like, you're really smart actually for putting Drew up. Like, that's a great idea. And like, meanwhile, you see Drew in the DR saying, I really love my Tool Shed Alliance. Like, you know, I may be on the bottom of it, but it's just such an honor to be here. And I'm like, oh, poor boy, poor naive boy. You don't know what's happening to you.
He really, like, it's that one image of, like, the Discord conversation where it's like, are you 12? And then they're like, I had a juice box today. Then I played Fortnite with my friends. And
It's very much that. Like, it's very much like he's just really happy to be here. He just wants to be part of the team. And they're just hating on him.
Yeah, he literally has done nothing to, like, towards them that would insinuate that he's gonna flip on them.
Except for hang out with other people.
Yeah, he enjoys hanging out with the other side. But, like, why? You're the ones that chose that alliance structure, so when someone wants to hang out with someone on the other side, like, you immediately think, like, it's the same thing with Jason last week. It's like, why is the person on the other side of the house playing the game? That's hurting me as a person. Like...
And now it's, why is somebody in my alliance playing the game? That's not allowed. I'm the only one who's supposed to play the game.
It's truly insane how this is played out, and Drew doesn't even know about it. And the fact that Drew is the actual target, like, he should be clued in on this. Drew and Barrett, like, need to lock the fuck in and decide where their allegiances are, but they're just like, oh, we can play both. We're not going home. We're perfectly fine.
And even worse, if we were talking about Barrett, don't let us open up that can of worms. Barrett's even worse because he's he's actively sabotaging Drew as well. Like, he's like, well, this might be bad for me. Like, I don't want to be the pawn. So yeah, let me throw Drew under the bus. Let me go tell the vets everything that Drew's saying. Like, do you seriously think that if they get rid of Drew, you're automatically gonna shoot up the power rankings? No, you're next.
They're like... You know, if you, like, bottom feed, you know, like, suck up to the people in power, you're not gonna end up being the one in power. You're just giving them, like, you're gonna just let yourself and all the other people around you die because you're trying to get into a place you can't get to. Mm-hmm. But oh my god, I think it was, like, insane how this all played out. And Drew, he clearly doesn't trust the red corner anymore, but he implicitly trusts the vets still, who are the actual ones targeting him.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's an even funnier thing that happens this week around this time with the power.
Yes.
I think this is maybe one of the funniest days of Big Brother, like, Twitter that I've ever witnessed.
Oh my gosh, the
because
mass psychosis event?
It was the most psychosis that anyone has ever, like, it was an echo chamber where everyone was getting more riled up because of, like, them bouncing ideas off of each other. Basically, week 3 HOH, week 4 HOH, the third week of the power, everyone thinks Drew has it. It seems pretty damn obvious because he goes into the HOH room, he's gone for, like, 2 hours, and then...
the DR?
In the DR, yeah. Sorry. He goes into the DR, gone for like 2 hours, comes back, and then he starts, like, kind of saying stuff that sounds like he's hinting towards having the coin of destiny, which, as we talked about last week, makes it so that you can basically, like, choose who goes up by, like, taking over the HOH. You get a coin of destiny, you flip it. If it lands on the one you choose, you're the HOH now in secret.
Yeah, which... How would he know about that if he didn't go in the time capsule, right? Because nobody else knows what the other powers are.
He keeps saying, like, let's flip a coin, you know, we should do an HOH takeover. We should, like, and all this stuff he keeps saying, people are going into psychosis and they're like, why isn't Drew playing it? And then the noms come out and they're like, why didn't Drew play it?
Right?
And then everything keeps happening where at some point, Twitter decides that they believe Drew's plan is for Drew to wait until he becomes HOH and then take over his own HOH. I don't know where this comes from.
Where did this come from? Because I thought that's something he said because he had it. Finding out that he doesn't have it. Did he really say this? Is this reliable? Like, people make up feed... I think people make up feed quotes sometimes, right? So is this like a case of, like, misinformation?
I think so. People were just, like, coming up with random shit, and this echo chamber is bouncing off of each other rapidly, like, and then come to the episode, we find out D won the power. Because of course D won the power.
Of course.
She's the only vet left, of course they're gonna give it to her. So, She wins the BB bribe, which lets her bribe someone with $5,000 to do whatever she wants.
And important to note about this, she does not tell anyone. At least for the time being, she does not tell Angela, and she doesn't even tell Devins, which I'm happy about that. I'm always like, keep a secret in your pocket. I mean, that's very Survivor.
Mm-hmm.
I just said it like Savannah. I feel like that's how she's Savannah. Very Survivor. And it's good because, you know, you don't want people to know about your power because then it loses power, right? But is that going to come back to bite her if she does eventually tell Devins? Like, hiding something from him? Would he understand? Maybe. But he did tell her immediately when he got his, right? So it's kind of like there's that reciprocity that's not there.
And they did have, like, a agreement where if Dee ended up getting a power as well, they would tell him.
Yeah.
I don't know if Devins would necessarily feel betrayed or anything like that. I feel like he is pretty loyal generally. But, you know, it's hard to tell at the moment. I think it's good that she doesn't tell anyone, though, because this is the kind of thing that I feel like you need to keep secret. Like, this power specifically is good for secrets. But, I don't know. It's... Realistically, aside from all of the Drew psychosis, I think the power itself really isn't going to play much right now.
No. It's kind of like probably other than the slot pass, I would say it's one of the least important ones because, like, somebody can deny it, right?
Yeah, they could just say no.
It can only buy certain things like throwing an HOH or voting a certain way or not putting you up, which I mean, like, social game, you don't need that, honey. And so it's like, it's not the best one, personally, I would say, but it can still do some damage. It can still do some stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we get to the veto, and so the people on the block are Taylor, Melody, Drew. We've got HOH Thog playing, and the two people picked to play are Chuck and Mallory.
No, Mallory was on the block, wasn't she?
I thought Mallory was on the block.
Sorry, yeah. It was,
so Mallory was either picked, or was she picked by, like, Melody or something? Did Melody pick her own name? Or did Haley pick Melody's name?
Was Mallory playing?
Mallory played!
Okay. So then it would have been...
Mallory played.
Either way, it was...
That gives me, like, Melody got house guest choice or whatever, and
probably
definitely would pick her.
I'm already forgetting.
I don't know why. I don't know how she got in.
I don't remember why I didn't write it down, but for the last week's POV, I think I said that Taylor won, but I meant that Lyric won the POV because I was thinking of this week, because Taylor wins the POV.
The struggles of bi-weekly filming, it gets to all of us.
It's all mixing in together. It's a little bit of everything.
But no, yeah, Taylor clutches up in this veto. I want to talk a little bit about this veto because it's another throwback from BB28. Yes. I love this one.
This one was probably everyone's favorite from last season, and I think it was just as fun this time.
It was just as fun. It's a not crazy physical comp. It's purely bluffing. I love bluffing. It's showing what you can do in the games outside of the comps, bringing it into the comp. Like, who's got that good poker face, who can lie the best, and you've got to target some people. It's like one of those Survivor challenges, like, what's it called, touchy subjects, where you got to pick your targets at a certain point. So a lot of strategy goes into that, and we see, I believe, Mallory goes out first, and Drew, and then we get Melody goes out, so it's up to Taylor to take down Thog and Chuck. What is their Chog? Is that Chog?
Chog.
Is that their little duo name? And Taylor does it. She bluffs Haley, and then she bluffs Chuck, and it's so glorious to see her get that win because I feel like she's been one of the smaller players, and now she's getting some time to shine, and she gets to take herself off.
Yeah, I think this was big for Taylor. I think it also felt like a turnaround in her edit, where after then, I feel like we've started to see more of her, and also just in gameplay, like, we've seen more, her doing more since then. But yeah, I think the turnaround that we were praying for last episode, like, this is, Taylor, we actually get to see her do stuff the way that, like, we were praying that she could.
Yeah, I think she's shown herself to be a competent player so far, and I just want to see that going. Maybe she can win an HOH or control somebody's HOH. We'll see.
Give her the power, give her the
week
power.
5. Maybe give her the power. We'll see what happens in week 5 as we get to that. And yeah, so obviously she's gonna take herself off the block, and now we've got to get a renom. Interesting fact: for the last 3 weeks, the renom always went home.
Yeah, because
Ashley was the renom, Rome was backdoored, and Jason was also backdoored.
It's been like just a cycle. I mean, they decided to do replace nom for Jason solely because of how replacement nom for Rome played out.
Yeah.
And I think this time it doesn't seem likely. I mean, we have Drew, who's still the big target. He didn't win. Taylor was taken off. And they bring up Lyric again, who has kind of just been a pawn every
Perpetual
week.
pawn, pawn star of the season. And then Melody, who I think also would go over Lyric. So, you know, it's like Lyric's safe. She's safe sailing. And that's the case for most of the week. Most of the week?
Most
of the week. Wait,
Sorry, what do you mean most?
Basically, Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon, what happened? We kind of talked about this earlier. What happened?
Yeah.
The vets were like, we've played Survivor. There's blindsides. Let's make a blindside in the Big Brother house. Let's do blindside butterbeans, as Jasmine says.
Yeah. This is, I've seen a lot of people talking about how this has felt like kind of like production interference. Like, they love Drew. They don't want him to go. So it seems a little bit like they were kind of like trying to sway the vets in the right way.
I'm down for it. I don't care.
Hey,
Interfere
I don't mind.
a little.
I'll interfere
a little.
If it is a good outcome, I don't mind. I think it resulted in something really awesome. But yeah, I mean, it was really funny how like Drew, because he felt so secure and safe and whatever, him and Barrett didn't campaign at all, and they willed their trust back into the vets so hard by being so unaware of anything that was happening.
Exactly. I was gonna say, like we were talking earlier, I was almost gonna say like him not catching on to the fact that they were targeting him made him look so good in their eyes, like, hey, wow, he's not pushing back, he's not trying to get any dirt on us, maybe we should keep him, maybe he's not that harmful after all. And it worked.
I think that's like, I don't think it was really production interference. I feel like it was more so that kind of thing where he was just so aloof and like so trusting of the vets, and honestly reinforcing other people to trust in the vets, that they were like, yeah, it makes sense to keep him. So they initially decide they want to flip it onto Melody, because Angela, I think, is going to be much harder to convince on the flip. So they're like, Melody's easier than Lyric.
Yeah.
And it seems like for a little bit that's kind of the plan. That's like the night before. But then going into the morning, it then seems like, oh, Angela's on board for Lyric.
So it's like,
What's
okay,
happening?
Like, if she'll do Lyric, then like the others will do Lyric. We can get maybe Fap doing Lyric. I mean, it all depends on this blockbuster. This is going to be like a very serious, high octane, very like intense blockbuster. And what is that blockbuster sponsored by?
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol will be there on the double.
Yeah, Chase is on the case, and they do a little promo before the blockbuster, really kind of curbing a little bit of the momentum.
Enthusiasm.
Curbing the enthusiasm and the momentum leading into the blockbuster. It's kind of like, okay, like, we're just getting this ad. Like, this is very... I know they do it on BBUS, but it felt very BB Can as well.
Yeah,
Like, literally, I remember watching BB Can 12, and, like, the final HOH part 1 is literally, like, them collecting balls for Inside Out 2. Like,
it's
I was like,
so
let's
funny.
maybe don't integrate that into the challenges. Like,
Paw Patrol saved my game, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
all I got was this lousy t-shirt. And that was the case for Drew.
Yeah.
Drew won the Paw Patrol puzzle, and I think he did a little bit of a Tucker reference. He's like, I really like Paw Patrol. I really like puzzles.
Yeah, that was, I think, I'm glad that he won. Obviously, throughout the whole week, I was, like, hoping he'd win Blockbuster, but ultimately, it seems as though, because of the flip, even if Drew wasn't going to go home because he won the Blockbuster, the flip to vote out Lyric instead of Melody completely changed the trajectory of the season. You know, we get a huge flip, blindsiding the red corner. The only people who don't vote for Lyric to go home are Chuck, Kamu, and Yash, which is kind of funny. He was there.
I don't know why he he voted Melody out. I don't know why. I thought they were close.
Yeah, I think he was
I didn't think he
close.
was necessarily with the red corner like that. I thought he was more of a floater.
I think he was closer with Lyric, and they were worried that if they told him, then he would tell Lyric.
Okay, yeah. So it's just like he wasn't in the loop kind of thing.
Yeah, they just didn't want to like fill him in just in case, but it's like a separate third party of just Yash.
Yeah, he's kind of like on his own,
but-
which I mean is a good position to be in. I'm just trying to like do PR for him because he's on my draft, I guess. But like
The first time you've ever done PR
the
for
first
Yash.
time I'm ever good, and maybe the last I'll defend him for now. It's just that, I mean, I don't see him going on the block anytime soon.
Yeah. So ultimately, they've been blindsided. Lyric goes home 8-3, and the red corner, they are shocked.
We can insert the
Yeah,
photo
let's-
around here.
Let's
Just
pull up the photo real
Thog's
quick.
$1 million mug. Her $1 million mug is like, you could buy like solid gold bars with this mug. Like, it's crazy. It's really like, she got betrayed. She doesn't know how this happened. She's like, 8-3. Who are the 3? Who are the 8? The math isn't mathing. I mean, Chuck is also shocked. Calm was also kind of shocked, obviously, because they were on the wrong side of the vote as well.
Yeah.
So that's that added, like, ooh, stigma to it. But no, it was just glorious to watch live. Like, I was super happy I got to watch live because sometimes I work closing on Thursday nights. I'm like, okay, I have to watch this back, and it just doesn't feel the same. That felt electrifying, as opposed to the last 3 near unanimous votes we got. This was something to sing and
It was magical.
praise. It was magical, and it led to one of probably the most popular Big Brother HOH comp of all time.
Yeah.
It's probably more popular than the pressure cooker.
I was hoping it'd be the pressure cooker this week, but we did get, I think, just as good of an outcome. We did get the wall. It's fun to have it back every year. Love to see it play out, and I love the fact that that's one of the only comps that we actually get to watch on the feeds. It makes it such a better experience that we get to watch it on the feeds, and this time was actually really fun to watch.
Yes, this is the outcome was BB28 levels of wow, this was a healing. This was just even from a story point perspective, whoa, we'll get into it. The right people needed to win or the season was done for me. If the wrong people won, and they almost did, I was considering being okay, Reality Ranger season 4, we're gonna have to maybe pivot to some other show. What else is on air?
We're now at a Amazing Race Canada season,
which is that would have been dire, but
every episode is 5 minutes long.
It's 5 minutes long. Yeah, it was a non-elimination leg again,
and we'd still be happier talking about that.
We'd still be happier talking about that than a Kamu HOH, which was scarily close. We'll get to that, but who fell in what order? I have the order here.
Let me see if I can try and remember.
Okay,
if you have the
I'll
order
verify,
there.
yeah.
So, I think obviously it was Angela first. She
Yes.
dropped before
Less
the
than
feeds
2
come
minutes,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, the feeds were on and she was already gone. Then I think who would it have been next? Was it Barrett next?
No, close. It was another woman.
Because it was another half an hour before someone else fell.
There was a big gap.
Which I think made everyone else that stayed last longer than last year's wall comp.
I don't know about last
something
year,
like that.
but yeah, BB26. BB26
Yeah, that's the one
only
I was
lasted
thinking of.
32 minutes, and the person who fell next lasted 33 minutes.
Who was it? Oh my god.
It was who
Taylor?
I was rooting
right,
for.
it was Taylor.
It was Taylor. I was
remember
really
seeing,
sad.
We were talking about it right as it was about to start, and then I went. We gave our predictions of who was gonna win. I went to bed and woke up to one text that was Taylor fell.
I was really dejected and defeated.
And then
but
it was Barrett, right?
Then it was Barrett
Okay.
with 46 minutes, so a good amount of time since then.
Yeah, I think-
Devon's fell.
Yeah, Devon's then D.
D, yep, is right after.
And then, I think I remember the final 4. How many people are left
have
before the 4? Is it
3. We have 3 until the 4.
Okay, so I think the 3. Was it Chuck next? It was
No, Chuck was the last out of
Chuck
them.
was the last. Who were the other 2?
Their names start with the same letter.
Why am I already blank? Oh, Melody and Mallory. I think it was Melody first.
Yeah, Melody and then Mallory 10 minutes later. And then Chuck right after. I think he said something along the lines of, as long as the people who I don't want to win fall, I'm just going to fall after them, which I don't know if he threw, but...
Then we had Yash.
1 minute after Chuck.
Yeah, and then it was Drew who was, like, hanging on...
Pulling a Lauren.
So crazy. I was like... He looked kind of solid just hanging there like that. He
hung there longer than I thought.
I was like weirdly kind of thinking he might survive, but obviously he didn't. And then the final two was the scariest thing ever.
Like
Kamu versus Lala.
This is literally that one meme where it's like the election polls.
Oh, yeah.
Diarrhea forever versus puppies for everybody.
Yeah.
And puppies for everybody just narrowly won.
Usually
Lala,
they lose 0.2%.
But Lala won.
Are icon.
Lala.
I've never said anything bad about you before, Lala.
Okay, maybe I haven't. This is my time. Last episode, I had to, walk back some statements against Jason. This time, I'm gonna walk back some statements against Lala. I was along with the consensus that Lala's maybe not going to win comps. I do think I said she is strong, though, because she's a bodybuilder. I never called her weak. I said she just hasn't shown up in comps like I wanted her to. And now she has, and she's on my drafts. I'm so happy for her. And I just want to apologize for anything slanderous I said against you, Lala, because you ate that and you beat the evil that is Shamu.
Especially because they wanted to cut the feeds before they showed the results.
Yeah, it was scary.
It was scary. Like, there was probably, like, I think it was about 2 or 3 minutes after Drew fell, it cut the feeds for, like, 20 minutes. That's terrifying.
Apparently
especially
it was right after that, because I looked at the times and Drew fell like 122 and Kamu fell 126.
I don't think the feeds came. Did the feeds come back on?
No, I'm saying, but like he fell off right after the feeds went.
But like when it cut off, it looked like Kamu was pretty solid.
So solid, I was scared.
That's terrifying. And Lala didn't look like she was wavering much either, but she looked worse than Kamu.
A little worse, yeah.
But thank God we have the first like HOH that actually shakes things up this season. What a relief. Oh my God.
And just the way it happened, like a 58-year-old woman beating an MMA fighter on an endurance comp, like that is gaggy. That is gagatundra.
She is now the third oldest person to ever win an HOH competition, and she's the oldest person to ever win an endurance competition. Yeah. That's impressive.
That's really that's going in the history books as HOH. And it's kind of reminding me of like this same time last season, like this is when the good HOHs were coming. Like this is when I think we had the Ava HOH. And that shook things up. Right after a few weeks of like, I wouldn't say bad HOHs, but maybe not the best in BB27 started out. But after that Ava, I think it was like Zach and Vince and Keanu were on the block. I'm like, those are fun noms. Those are fun noms.
Interesting.
And Lala kept the streak going.
Yeah. This is, I think, I don't know if it was the best possible outcome, but it's a damn good one.
It's better than what we've been getting.
Yeah, it's a huge upside. And, so far the feeds have not disappointed. No. There's been so much happening.
Too much where, like, we can barely keep up.
It's hard to keep up, and we will try our best because we're giving you the lay of the land of reality TV.
But sometimes the land's a little rocky, and we're going to trip, we're going to fall.
Sometimes the forest is set ablaze, and we only have as many water buckets as we can carry.
Exactly, and we're getting lost in the bush.
Yeah.
So
But let's get into it. So, obviously, Lala wins, and she's opposed to the red corner. She is, like, a prominent person who wants to take them out. Her initial nominations, though, are weird. It's her first like draft of ideas seems to be putting up Kamu, and then alongside him, instead of putting up Chuck and Haley,
one of those two,
or one of them, we put up Barrett and Drew.
Which I live for Barrett finally touching the block. Like, you need a little bit of a punishment after playing the way you've been playing, but really, Barrett and Drew was just on the block, like, let's come up with something else, and just how is this benefiting you?
Yeah, and it's so weird how, like, this is your one opportunity where you need to ensure that one of them will go no matter what, but you're giving them an opportunity so that there's a world where the final two to be like voted between is Barrett and Drew. You're like gonna screw yourself over if that's the case. Why are you giving them an opportunity?
Like, I do think that she doesn't mind one of those two people going, because to be fair, they are not necessarily on her side. They're not on her side fully in the house. Like, she's not working with Drew and Barrett.
But they're more likely to work with her 100% than Chuck or Chuck or Haley.
Chuck or Haley, yes, which is why her target, even despite her noms being not Chuck or Haley, is Haley. She was saying that Haley was her target since, you know, she wants to keep in with the backdoor trend, which I don't love. Because she could get picked for the veto and pull Kamu off.
It really is like reminiscent of. It's kind of like BB28, where everyone always like had a unanimous vote. I think there was one vote total that entire season that wasn't unanimous, and it was like 7-1 or something.
Yeah,
like this is kind of the equivalent of what you could have if BB Blockbuster existed in BB28. That's the same thing, but you know, luckily somehow the person who actually like flips this around and makes it interesting again, it's Kamu. It's Kamu and Taylor majority is the one who comes up with the new plan, but Kamu is the one who like makes her rethink how her noms are gonna go.
And one more person actually who keeps Drew off the block that you wouldn't expect. This is like a BuzzFeed like clickbait title. And there's
10 players who you wouldn't expect to keep Drew off the block.
And number 7 will shock you. It's Angela. Angela tells Lala, hey, maybe we should keep Drew off the block. He's just been on the block. He's shown that he can win competitions. Maybe we should have him on our side. Maybe put up, like, I don't know, Melody? Which she's just been on the block too. But
yeah, it's so...
Angela defending Drew?
Angela, I think the vets seem to feel bad for what they did to Drew last week without him even knowing that it happened. Like, it's so funny, so weird. But... that is a big thing that happens. I think that's the reason why Drew comes off the block. But the other part of it is Kamu goes, he talks to Taylor and Lala, mainly Lala, but, you know, he does really annoyingly good work at convincing her that he is separating himself from the red corner. He's now, he wants to work with them. He wants to... you know, they want to create an alliance with the 3 of them plus Yash.
Yeah.
And now it seems as though the group of the Red Corner is now disbanded entirely. It's now just Thog and Chuck, which... Chog. I'm gonna call them the cavemen because Thog and Chuck sounds like... But yeah,
they act like cavemen too with the way they play the game. It's very simple, I guess. Simple Dimple Puppet Squish is what I would describe it as. And I'm surprised they weren't in Lala's original batch of nominations because it just doesn't feel like they were clicking in the game. And we'll see that maybe change a little bit throughout the rest of these days because Kamu does some good work. Like you said, Taylor, who I think we haven't stated this yet, is sort of running Lala's HOH.
She is. That's why I was saying that Taylor is kind of like the other person. Is it seems as though like Lala came up with that original like nomination thing, but after the conversation with Kamu, now it seems like Taylor is kind of like taking control of everything, and we see the new nomination plan seems to be Haley and Chuck plus Barrett, which is still really funny that he's getting it anyway.
I mean, everyone has to see the block. I'm a proponent of, like, let everyone see the block at least once. Let them quake a little.
Yeah, I'll absolutely take it. And I think as much as Chuck is... Or not Chuck. As much as Kamu isn't, like... I don't like him. I think it's the same thing as, like, Jonathan on Survivor 50, where it's like, I'll give him his flowers.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give him his 7s.
Yes.
Where he did good work. He got himself off the block. He's now the only newbie to not have touched the block.
Really? I didn't even know that statistic.
It's just him and then Devins and Dee who haven't seen the block yet. And
Angela. Who do you think is going to be the last person?
I think... that's interesting.
I think if people want to take a shot, and we're going to get into this a little bit, like with the renom possibility this week, it's going to be at Dee and Angela. I think especially Angela because people know she doesn't have a power.
Yes.
I think, but she's also the least big fish of the three. So I feel like D's that middle place.
I think D would probably be the target.
And she's the best. I think she's the best, like, insulated. So if you're on the outside wanting to take a shot at a power player, D is the one.
Yeah.
Taylor and Lala were talking this week about we want to do Devon's, but we can't because we know for a fact he has a power. Like, they're 100%, 99% sure he has a power.
Because it's so obvious.
And so they're like, let's wait till jury. Because they know these powers probably expire. Let's wait a little bit. So smart on them for doing that. I respect that so much.
Really, like, intuitive. And I feel like if you're also doing that, it means you can also try and take advantage of using the power for yourself rather than having to wait until they use it against you.
Yes.
But right now, I think, so obviously, like we said, nominations, it's Barrett, it's Chuck, it's Haley, and there's a lot that happens both before and after the veto ceremony. So
the nom ceremony or the veto?
Or yeah, sorry, the choosing the players for the veto.
The veto
like
pick.
playing the veto.
Yeah.
So before the veto, we got the reveal of the next time capsule, and lo and behold, it's Mallory.
It's Mallory finally.
Thank God.
I mean, we ran out of vets.
We did run out of vets, so this is a good, like, we knew this was coming, but I think it was probably best case scenario. We learn about this through the BB Unlocked episode.
Yes.
However, we don't get to see if there is a power or punishment until the live feeds. And there might have been a bit of a mix-up. I feel like she should have won a power. Why didn't she?
Why didn't we get her a power? Like, why didn't we get the Pipe Queen a power?
Why is she in like a scantily leave bra?
Why is she
stuck
giving
to Melody?
like Poison Ivy with her Harley Quinn? Like, what is this?
So, yeah, I mean, I guess unfortunately, Mallory did not win the time capsule power. She got a punishment, the Adam and Eve punishment from Big Brother 16, where she had to be stuck to Melody for the rest of the week. They're like chained together. They're wearing like scantily like leaf bras.
Which
and,
is I hate that punishment.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, give me the unitard. Is that one of them?
That is one of them, yeah.
Okay, give me the I don't know. Give me the hard-boiled. Okay, that hard-boiled we did. Give me the butler that Keanu had.
The only punishments that have ever really affected the game heavily are like costume-wise are the ones where you're trapped together with someone for the week. Like the canoe, the leaves. Like this one is actually affecting things, but they are so lucky that they're not a part of all of the chaos that happened this week.
Yes, this is the best week to be
the best possible week because it's also forced them to like stay together, which has created a new alliance or like a kind of existing. Yeah, it's like reinforced them to stick together as safe as they can. And I think this is actually a really secure alliance of Barrett, Drew, Melody, and Mallory, which is an iconic four.
Right, it's the fuck-ass people.
Yeah.
FAP, which
FAP with the Pipe Queen.
The name. Please change the name. I don't want to say FAP. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, it's the best week to be chained up together. I bet Barrett and Drew are loving the show, but no, because it really is a double date alliance. That's what it's giving.
It really is. Especially like I've been seeing tweets where it's like Drew isn't Adam. He's the Adam that stepped up.
Literally. It's like the this reminding me of BB Can 3, like the Diaper Alliance. It was like two pairs, like it was like the two pairs of people that were like kind of giving like showmance, except for this time it's showmance adjacent.
Yeah. It's flirtmances.
It's flirtmances, right? So, but I mean, they're all decent players. As much as I slander Barrett, they're all in good positions if they stick together like this. And I think they're in okay with the vets.
Yeah.
They're in okay with the HOH right now.
I actually think they're all pretty good with the vets at this point. Like after the like last minute scramble last week, it seems like the people who wouldn't be good with the vets are now actually like turned around. Like Mallory has a really good rapport with Rick where they like are always talking in the storage room.
Yes.
Melody and Drew had the vets flip for them and now they're helping them out. You know, they have that rapport going. And Barrett has always been like a suck up asshole to them. Like, or like a, you know.
Ass kisser.
Ass kisser is what I meant, yeah. So I think they actually are pretty damn secure, and I think the only people that would currently target them are the red corner, which is
What's
also
left
kind
of it.
yeah.
Now it's a red line segment. There's not even enough people for it to be a corner anymore. It's a line segment.
Yeah.
But no, I think let's go back and talk about something that's been very prominent on the live feeds. Fallout from last week's vote.
Yes.
The whole who voted for Sifu is what I like to call it. It's kind of like very much Survivor 45. Dee lying about who she voted. Angela lying about who she voted. Interestingly enough, Devon's being honest about voting for Lyric. And so now Haley is sleuthing. She's like, who fucked up my HOH? Who gave me another bad week?
Another one.
Week.
A fourth bad week, guys.
We need to figure this out. So originally, she's like, well, I know it's not my girls, Dee and Angela. Like, I ride with my girls, Dee and Angela. Like, it can't be one of them. So I know the third person has to be Chuck, Yash, or Kamu. One of those is loyal to me. The other two, dead to me. She originally believes that... Who does she believe? She doesn't trust Yash, I think, is who she thinks.
Yeah.
And so she believes it's either Chuck or Kamu. I think she thinks originally Kamu flipped, maybe?
Maybe.
Because I think she trusted Chuck, but then it changed.
I think it is the other way around because Kamu had such a weird, like, he kind of had a hard-on for Lyric, and, like,
yes.
it was like... I think that was her thought process, was, like... Because of such a weird relationship between the two of them, like, that was probably, I think, her reasoning, like, Kamu was the one who didn't flip.
Yeah, so Chuck, she originally thought Chuck was the one who flipped, which, why would he? I don't know. Why would...
Because someone had to.
Someone had to. Maybe not the vets who, would be incentivized to make a big move like that, but no, somebody from my close alliance would screw up my HOH. That doesn't make sense, Haley. So she thinks Yash defected when he didn't, and so slowly she's starting to realize maybe it could be Dee, maybe it could be Angela. Angela fesses up.
Yeah.
She has this change of heart. I think it was this morning. The date we're recording this, it was this morning?
No. It was yesterday morning.
Okay, I'm getting my days mixed up.
Yesterday was insane. It's like everyone drank truth serum. Like,
right, so...
It was chaos.
Angela fessed up. She had a guilty conscience. She fessed up to Haley. She's like, okay, that's okay. And so Haley's like, maybe Dee voted wrong. Maybe she accidentally, she was caught up in whoever was making this flip happened, and she voted for Lyric by accident. And not just that she actually flipped on you. That's really delusional. And so now she's back to trusting, I think, Chuck and Kamu a little bit more now.
Chuck, definitely, she's trusting again. Kamu is weird. I think she does trust Kamu, but Kamu doesn't trust them anymore.
Yeah.
This isn't even like the tip of the iceberg though, because we go further into the day, and the the players are chosen for the POV. Actually, was it yesterday or the day before?
I think it was yesterday.
Okay,
was the POV, yeah.
So the players were chosen. It was Kamu was chosen and Dee. Kamu ends up winning the POV. We'll get to see how that plays out on Wednesday.
And what comp it is. I heard it was a memory comp?
Because he keeps winning those.
those.
But yeah, he wins the POV, which I think is really interesting. Not because, like, I would want Kamu to go, but also he's delivering this week where, like, he said to Haley and Chuck he would play it, and they think he's going to play it on one of them. He doesn't think he's going to play it himself, though, which is going to be a really wild outcome.
Right, because he was, telling the HOH one thing, he's telling the noms one thing. That sounds a lot like what he was scrutinizing Jason for doing. Like we said, it's pure hypocrisy.
It's hypocrisy. Fortunately, it is going to be very interesting in the aftermath, just as it was with Jason. And honestly, I kind of hope he does. Well, no, I really hope he doesn't play it.
Because then it's more chance that one of the red corner goes on.
Yeah. But it seems pretty set in stone, even though we still have like 5 days until the blockbuster vote, whatever. I don't think Barrett's gonna go home unless some freak thing happens last minute again. But
would Kamu use it though?
I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna use it.
Cause he's like,
because
That's
he
a
wants
sinking ship.
Yeah, he wants to ensure that he has his future alliances going forward. He doesn't want to like, even if he's betraying those alliances that he had previously, he can't stick to those. They're not going to be on jury.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's one other thing that happens yesterday, which is a huge fight, which was between it was Dee, Angela, Chuck, Haley, Kamu, and Yash. It was so weird, and like this was so bizarre. We find out later, but it was partially scripted to try and fuck with Haley and Chuck. So weird.
What are we doing? Sometimes we need to cool it. I know you're like, we're starting to get stir crazy in the house after a month. Just cool it. Like, we don't need to be doing crazy things every day. Some days we can just play Mafia.
Exactly.
And make cookies and, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Have a tea party. It doesn't need to be let's blow up the game and make people go crazy and manipulate challenge.
Yeah.
Speaking of Chuck, I think we need to touch on the encounter he had with Lala after the nominations.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time we've seen Chuck emote. The first time we've seen him be passionate about something, and he was using all the wrong emotions.
Yeah. Chuck, over the course of like the last week or two, has slowly been realizing that he's on a reality TV show. There was that one clip of him like noticing
Looking
the
at
cameras.
the cameras.
He's like becoming sentient, and
He's a real boy now.
yeah. He is no longer attached to his strings.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know what to do with it, so he's kind of falling apart.
Yeah, when you cut the strings off a marionette, it immediately falls.
You don't have anyone to control it, so it just becomes a husk.
Yeah.
And Chuck, it's just weird. Like, he's getting aggressive, but like not to anyone noteworthy, or like he's not doing it for any reason.
I mean, he's kind of, trying to buck up to the HOH.
That is true. He is. He's trying to like really, like what you want to like come after me, huh? And it's like
it was. He went up to the HOH room to talk to Lala, and he's like, I just wish you told me why you, like, that you'd nominate me, and she's, like, giving him reasons why, and he's like, this is not a good reason, Lala, like, they all think you don't know how to play the game, and you're just reinforcing that, and she's, like, after he's mansplaining, she's, like, rage baiting, which is the perfect counter to mansplaining, I'd say. She's like, and that's just how I want to play the game. And maybe that's how I want people to perceive me. #confused. And she just does such a good job. And I'm like, even if she isn't playing the most optimally, Chuck has no space to tell her how to play.
Yeah.
Like, really no space to tell her how to play.
Thank God it's funny. Like,
it's funny
because
he's not, like, he's probably going home this week.
Yeah,
so it's
Chuck
like,
is just, like, in such a weird limbo of, like, he doesn't realize this is actually, like, I feel like he assumes he has more weeks to play when this is detrimental to him. Like, he's playing like he's gonna reach endgame.
I'm happy, though, that he's showing his true colors now, because at the start of the week, as in, like, whatever, 2 days ago, Taylor and Lala were having a little bit of a convo, and this is, like, an interesting topic, like, to talk about. They're like, we can see right through Chuck, kind of. Like, we don't fully trust him, but we want to maybe not put him on the block, because this is something that people talk about a lot in the new era, like, we are black players, we don't want to put another black player on the block. That's, like,
that makes
a
sense.
consideration. Like, I get that, but he would not spare them that same decency if he was HOH.
There's
no way.
There is a clear difference between, like, the cookout on Big Brother 23, who have an agreed, like, a goal in mind, versus Chuck, who just gained sentience.
And only cares about himself.
Yeah, he doesn't have any loyalty to you. You've barely ever talked to him ever. Like,
and this is why I exactly like the cookout, because Tiffany tweeted after this, like, no, guys, you don't need to spare him. We won. The cookout
we already
worked.
did that.
The cookout worked. And she said, look at the winners panel. You've got Xavier, you've got Taylor, you've got Chelsea, you've got Ashley. It's okay.
The cookout,
You're good.
The cookout won so that you could play normally.
So that you could, play shady, whatever, throw people under the bus. It's all equal playing field now. Put Chuck on the block.
They were doing it, like, they were protesting so that you could have a better future.
Exactly.
So use that better future to your advantage.
Exactly. And I'm so happy to see Chuck on the block, because he deserves it.
So it does seem like there's now, like, 4 groups kind of forming instead of just 2. sides that were like, one was steamrolling the whole
Yeah.
time. We're really getting a lot of dynamic gameplay. So the 4 groups that I want to get your thoughts on each of them. We'll start with the first one of Barrett, Drew, Melody, and Mallory.
The Hop Alliance, I think they're a really good alliance. I think they're strong. They could be our final 4 if they lock in, if they win some comps. I'm looking at you, Barrett, because apparently
they do only have like 2 comp wins total.
And if you're not counting Blockbuster, they have a veto. I think.
They have a veto.
That's it. I'm looking at you, Barrett and Melody. Pull your weight. You keep getting picked for these vetoes. Win some. Apparently, Barrett was second place in this veto.
Yeah, but that's still only 6 people. Like,
right?
He got 3rd out on the wall comp. Let's focus.
Let's lock in. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just saying win more comps and you're good. That's all I have to say. That's my only note.
And then next we have the vets, which is Angela D and Devons.
Devons, I literally have not seen him at all.
He kind of disappeared.
He's AFP farming, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But that's it.
I keep seeing people talking about him AFP farming, and I'm seeing the clips, and they're like comparing him to Ava.
That's a little much.
No, it's too much to say that. Like, he does play for the fans. But it's not like.
But he went into it with.
You want your pawn? Here's your pawn.
Here's your pawn.
Like,
Vinny
that's
the
not
Lip,
him.
Pinero.
He's more just having fun rather than like trying to get the extra money.
Yeah, I think also like he doesn't need to farm because he kind of came in with the fan base. Same thing we see with the time capsule. Like, he's not gonna have to do much. Like,
he's just silly.
He just needs to make it far and not go against like a personality like Keanu, and he's good. And I don't think there's any newbie personalities like that this season, except for Drew. Drew's his only competition.
Ava was fan favorite, like, shilling because she was like trying to put on a show at every like official thing. Because like in the rest of the week, you aren't gonna know if this is gonna air or not.
No.
But when it's the HOH ceremony, it's the veto, that's when you know it's going to happen. So she would always do some bullshit.
Like, we saw like Jimmy do it sometimes, and Ashley even to a certain extent, but Ava was the biggest culprit.
Yeah, Rick doesn't do that. The only time he really did it was just like basically
a little bit at the Jason.
Yeah, but that wasn't really like, or it was Rome, I think.
But like the Jason fight.
Yeah,
the Rome.
But like he didn't really do that. He kind of just set it up by saying like he wanted to like set the line in the sand. And then it was Jason and Angela who kind of like went crazy.
Yeah.
He didn't do much there. He's just silly. Like,
And
he just
let people
let a
to a
40-year-old man
extent.
be silly.
Let him float in his pool floaty. When it
Yeah.
gets too much, then we'll know. But yeah, that group, the vets, I don't know how Dee and Angela are gonna recover from the whole lie thing. I think if anyone can bounce back, it's Dee. She is a great player. I have faith in her to figure something out.
Yeah. And then our next group is our Cavemen Red Corner Alliance. It's Thog and Chuck.
They're not long for this game.
No.
They could go out back to back. I could see them going out back to back.
Absolutely.
Like, it would be funny if Chuck goes and Haley wins. Like, what happens then? Literally, what happens then if Haley wins next HOH after surviving?
She has too many enemies.
Like,
how's she gonna pick?
Who's gonna come scrambling to her, right? Is Kamu gonna come back? Are Haley and Dee gonna be like, see, we fessed up about the lie?
I could see a world where nobody does, and then
it's just like, let's hope we survive.
She just kind of isolates in the HOH room. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
So
I have no thoughts. They're not long for the game.
Not long for the game.
And then lastly, we have Taylor, Lala, and then Yash and Kamu, kind of.
See, this group is fun because it's fresh.
Yeah.
But it's not fun in the sense of, wait, are we gonna get a Yash and Kamu final too? Like, no.
Yeah. Let's not
do that. Let's not get the wrong idea.
I don't want them to be long as an alliance either. I want Lala and Taylor to do well, but I want them to use the other two as tools, not as allies.
Let's get us to jury, then we can dispose of them.
Exactly.
Promptly.
So yeah.
Should we look at the drafts?
Let's look at the drafts.
I'm gonna look at it on my computer as well.
So we'll start with my draft because I lost 2 people this week.
Let's talk through your people. How do you feel about each person?
So
that's still in the game.
Devons of the vets, I think, is in the best position. I don't mind where he's at all right now. He's just kind of like fading into the background a bit. Mallory, loving Mallory still. I think she is hilarious to watch. I feel bad that they're just always playing in her face.
Yeah.
But I think she's doing pretty well, and she's been able to reintegrate into a new really solid alliance. We've got Taylor, who is kind of like the behind the scenes HOH.
Her stocks are up.
Yeah, she's really up there. I think she's probably playing the best of people she's definitely up there.
She's up there. There's an argument of her being in a better position than Devon's right now.
And then next up, Drew is interesting. I think he's like in a weird position. Same with Mallory, in a great new alliance, but at the same time, he is kind of like a kind of target for a decent amount of people.
Almost went on the block.
He almost went home last week. But I have like high expectations. I have good hopes with him. And then we have Haley and Chuck.
Which, I mean, it's kind of good.
Thog.
It's good that 2 people that you have nominated on your draft are your bottom 2, right?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
I mean, it is a good thing, but it's still basically guaranteeing that I'm going to lose a third person in a row.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Kamo's not using that, so probably.
So, my draft is conflicting. I think I have, 4 of the people are really, I think could, have very well go to the end. I could see any of them making, Final 5, Final 4. But it would have to be, one or the other kind of thing. It can't be all of them would make Final 4.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, I have the 2 worst players right now. So it's, it's give and take with mine.
Yeah.
And then let's go over to your draft.
Okay, so as you can tell when I was editing this, I just wanted any reason to put stuff on mine. So we obviously still have the MAGA hat for Kamu, and we'll get to Kamu. So D, yeah, she's picked to play. That's kind of it right now. She still has her bribe. She actually, and I forgot to say this, she came forward to Devon's and told him about her power. That's another truth serum. You were talking about truth serum for D as well. And I didn't get to see what Devon's reaction to this was. Did he take this kindly? Was he like, I wish you told me sooner? But I think he's probably playing it calm for now. But you'll probably remember that. I'd remember that if I were him.
Yeah, we didn't really talk much because we kind of forgot about it. But D did reveal the powers both to Devon's and also Kamu.
To Kamu, yes.
That was the interesting one because she wanted to reintegrate her allegiances with Kamu, but she did it by telling him about the power, which is conflicting.
Yeah,
I think,
let me be honest with you about lying to you.
Mm-hmm. It's weird, but I think it worked out well because she isn't being targeted immediately.
And I think Kamu and D already had a decent relationship. I don't think it got too hurt by the flip, but yeah. Then we skip over to Lala, HOH, safe for the week, building new connections, adding stuff to her resume, making somewhat optimal moves. Can't judge her. I think she's in a decent spot.
She isn't doing anything wrong.
Nothing
is what
wrong.
I think.
Nothing wrong, and that's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Barrett got nominated. I don't think it's his fault in particular. I just think he wasn't as close with Lala, and he needed to touch the block. Give him a little
He also is Barrett.
He's Barrett.
He's gonna get nominated and be like, well, but I can just campaign next week.
Yeah, I think he's one of those people where it's when we get to the double eviction, just put Barrett up. Just put him up.
Yeah.
He won't complain. Because I think what happened with Lala is she was like, are you okay going up as a pawn? And he knows you should never say yes, because then that sets a precedent for following weeks. But he was like, I mean, I trust you. Mama knows best or whatever. But yeah, he wasn't, fighting for himself.
It's more like Taylor knows best.
It's more like Taylor knows best. Melody, she's co-punished with Mallory, but she's, I think, thriving right now. Not on the block for once.
Yeah.
So that's good for her.
She gets to keep doing her will they, won't they in peace.
With Mallory, yeah.
With Mallory, of course. Pull up the photo real quick.
Exactly, the apple photo. I think the apples are rotten white to the core. Then we've got somebody who's not a big fan of, Yuri and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, he probably is behind closed doors.
Probably behind closed doors. Maybe he doesn't love the Barrett and Drew of it all, though. We've got Mr. Kamu, Maga Kamu.
Yeah.
Kamaga. I don't know how to shoehorn that into a catchphrase. But,
Mr. Kirk.
Mr. Kirk. He won the veto, so good for him. Not gonna, throw a party or anything, but, he can control who goes home, basically. He, if he wanted to, which I don't know why he would want to. He could save one of his red corner friends and hope the other one wins Blockbuster, and that could make something crazy happen.
Yeah.
Probably won't though.
And your last player,
Yash Einstein. Yash Einstein, as I said, I was just looking for any reason to add stuff to my draft.
because he's the player of the season. Like, he really is
Not even,
dominating.
We're passing Giesling comparisons. This is
Yep.
Yash, like, Oppenheimer. That's not the last name of it, is it?
Oppenheimer?
Is that the last name of the Oppenheimer? Was that his last name,
Yeah.
or was that the name of the project?
He was J. Robert Oppenheimer.
Okay, I'm thinking of Manhattan Project. Yeah, he's the Oppenheimer. He is the Albert Einstein. He is the Yash Nobel. Like, he's a genius, and he's playing a floater
Right.
game that June would be jealous of.
He's playing a perfect game no one else can replicate. Like,
you Danned it, you Dr. Willed it, you Derricked it,
you yashed it.
you Yashed it. He's gonna be the next name
Right,
up
right.
there.
He's like you said, not even on the same level as the other one. Like, he's on a higher plane. Taylor can't even compete. Like, D can't compete. This is just Yash is. He's the greatest player of all
Like,
time.
I think I
Sorry,
should-
what did I say that?
Did I say? I think I should flip my people on my draft so that D's last and Yash is 1st. Actually, I wish I could do that in hindsight.
Yeah. Roll the clip of like his TikTok compilations. He's just
Yeah.
he's so good at the game.
He's so oracle.
He's just he's full of life. He's fun. He's energetic. He's bubbly, and I think he is gonna win the season.
Yeah, we definitely didn't get paid by Yash Corp to talk about him in this positive light. Since the last episodes, they did not reach out to us with the season to say, if you do not say something nice about Yash, we will be taking your post down.
Hashtag not spawn. Hashtag
Not threatened.
not threatened. Hashtag on the block.
Hashtag on the blog.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's our drafts. Do we have a prediction of who's going home this week?
I'm gonna say I keep mixing up Kamu and Chuck. I'm gonna say Chuck.
I'm gonna say Chuck as well.
I
I
think-
think
Actually, you know what? If you want to go with Chuck, I'll go Haley.
you'll go Thog?
I'll go Thog. Why not?
Because if
Thog
you're sitting
corn.
on the block next to each other, who's going home? Because I thought Haley was Lala's target.
Yeah, I think Haley is still more likely to go.
She's proven herself more competent in
Yeah,
comps.
I think she'd be more likely to win, but maybe we'll see a Barrett win.
Barrett blindside.
There's no way Barrett wins. No way.
No, that would
If
be
I
funny.
win, interject the clip of Barrett winning the next blockbuster. We'll play it right here, right now.
When the blockbuster is reach for that cookie jar on the top shelf.
Yeah.
He's taking it.
No,
He's
it's
taking
actually
it.
D taking it because she's gonna jump on his back.
Exactly, because he wanted that cookie, so he's
Yeah.
grabbing the cookie for her. So yeah,
yeah.
I think
I think that's about
that's
it.
about it.
There is one other thing that I wanted to do.
Oh.
I didn't tell you this beforehand, but I think it would be fun if we do a blind ranking.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you 5 different players, and I want you to blind rank them.
Of the Amazing Race Canada?
Well, of course, that's
Okay,
our
no,
podcast.
yeah.
No. So it's a mix of both Big Brother and Big Brother Canada.
Ooh, okay.
We've got 5 players here. Maybe we'll do more rounds next week, different categories, but I just have the players for now.
I'm gonna be shown as a LARPer because I haven't seen a lot of the old seasons.
That's
but
okay, that's
I know
okay.
I get the gist.
So your first player is gonna be Chelsea. Is it Baham?
Baham, Baja
Baham?
Blast?
Baja Blast. Chelsea from Big Brother 26.
I'm gonna. So this is out of 5, right?
This is 5 people.
I'm gonna put Chelsea at number 2.
Okay.
I think you're gonna save somebody really good for number 4 and somebody really bad for number 5. That's what I think you're gonna do, and I think Chelsea is top 10 players of BBU. If we're combining BB Canada, BB US, she's probably top 10.
Yeah.
BB US, she's probably top 5. So yeah.
Okay. The next person is Kyle Moore from
Which
Big Brother
Kyle
Canada.
is that?
Either or. No, we'll do both Kyle Moores together because there's 2 Kyle
They're
Moores.
both more.
They're both Kyle Moore.
We have Kyle enough.
Yeah, the second Kyle got on Big Brother Canada because everyone thought that he was the Kyle Moore that was cast originally.
The BB Can 9 one wasn't great, but he was better than the BB Can 10 when he made it further and he didn't have a horrible HOH. So I'm going to average that out to number 4.
Okay. Next we have Kevin, specifically not Kevin from Big Brother Canada. We're talking about Big Brother 19. Kevin,
The old guy?
this guy right here.
The old guy. Ooh.
Yeah.
So from what I know, I haven't seen BB19. he was like kind of just bad at the comps, and he would even throw comps for Paul, and they would just tell him what to do. I'm really inclined to put him at 5. I'm gonna put him at 5 because I don't think he's a better holistic player than the Kyles.
Okay, so then you have 1 and 3 left.
I have 1 and 3 left. Oh no!
So next person is Lala.
Lala, put her at 3.
Put her at 3.
And I'm gonna get the worst person for number 1. Why don't I? Okay.
I don't know. Your final player is Karen from Big Brother Canada 5.
Oh, number 1.
She's number 1.
Easy. She should have won BB Can 5.
Yeah,
like,
clock that.
She didn't rely on comps like Kevin did. She had a great social game. She put people in their place when she needed to. And when I think of BB Can 5, and I don't think of Aika, I don't think of Dimitri, I don't think of Dre, I don't think of Netta getting back to it, I don't think of Cindy with an S, I do think of Karen. She's the 7th person that comes to mind when I think of BB Can 5. And Kevin's not even number 8. So I think she should have won that season.
That was an incredible speech.
Thank you. I wrote my thesis on Karen Singball, so...
Karen Singball deserves to come back for BB Can All-Stars when we air it in the fall, or the winter next year.
The winter, I'm hearing more and more it's going to be like winter to spring is what I'm hearing, like March. So that's just when they would normally do it, right? It was like March to May. So yeah, when I waltz in that house, I want to see Karen. I want to see Karen. I want to see Poppin' Paul Jackson. I want to see Santina after I just trashed her name.
Give us like 6 months. You're gonna see Malik Fortier on Big Brother Canada 13. 13. In an alliance alongside Karen Singbell.
Yes.
And Santina.
And Santina.
You know, that's and Ika Wong. That's the big four of Big Brother Canada 13.
And then
Watch out.
And then I'm gonna go on the traitors and go with Bailey Pelham to the end, and she's gonna reveal she was a traitor, and I won't be mad at it.
Yeah. So overall, I think that was a perfect list.
I think it was a great
you did a great job. And you know what? That's about it for today's episode.
Yes.
Any final thoughts?
We're finally out of La Trenches with this season. We're getting to the good part. Let me skip to the good part. We're getting there. So like we said, keep on keeping on. Keep watching the feeds. We finally found a way to watch the feeds.
Finally.
We won't say how, because we're in the Great White North, so I don't think it's allowed, but, you know, we have our ways. And, yeah, it's been really fun to watch these feeds and watch these dynamics at play, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, I'm glad that our recording schedule has worked out so well to where we could work past the entire, like, bad part of it, and now we're out of the trenches, we're good, and... yeah, I think I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see what happens leading into the jury, which is going to be in the next few episodes.
To think about it, really? Like
we've had, or not episodes, sorry, I'm thinking Survivor. Few weeks. We're going to have, at minimum, one other person this week. At maximum, I think 3 other people.
Because I would kind of live for a double eviction.
I don't think double eviction this week, but next week I'd love to see a double eviction going into the jury.
Like the last 2 people to get voted out before jury kind of thing?
Yeah. I think that would be
live
good.
for.
That would be like the perfect way to lead into such a fun jury, especially now that we have 4 groups instead of just the 2. Like this is so dynamic. I'm so excited to see how this plays out.
Yes. So, tune in 2 weeks for the next episode of The Reality Rangers, where we give you another lay of the reality TV land with BB28, and have a good fortnight.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.